Hi everybody, this is Dan Wegner, and I wanted to take some time today to talk to you about really my life's work, and that is taking digital technology and making it super effective for the purposes of marketing. And so there's all kinds of stuff about marketing out there, and it's all great. But if we're going to be effective, we need to be able to communicate our ideas about digital technology and digital marketing in such a way that it's manageable. And in order for it to be manageable, there needs to be some fundamentals, some basic precepts that we can agree upon, that we can talk about. And so really my life's work has been about drawing a box around that information so that we can communicate it in a more effective way, and then we can begin to fill in the blanks and fill out the model so that we have an effective way to create something, to build on something. Because if we're all just starting brand new from scratch every time we get an idea, it's like we haven't learned anything from the past. And so I've created a simple model, and it's based on a few simple concepts, and that's what I want to bring to you today. So the first concept I want to bring to you is something called, give me a second while I pull up a nice graphic for us. So it's the 92:1 ratio. And you wonder, well, what's that all about, 92:1? A great study was done by eConsultancy a few years ago, and they interviewed a bunch of people that were doing digital marketing, and they determined how much time is being used in a variety of digital marketing efforts. And when they distilled that information down, they came up with this amazing 92:1 ratio. And let me explain it to you. It's simply this. For every 92 cents spent driving traffic to a website, 92 cents spent driving traffic to the website, and that could be digital ads, that could be SEO, that could be social media, that could be search engine marketing, could be a wide variety of things. It maybe could even be a billboard with your URL on it or what have you. But for every 92 cents spent doing those things, only 1 cent is spent converting that website visitor into a paying customer. Right? That's crazy, isn't it? So I love this ratio right here, 92:1, because it helps us understand how unbelievably infatuated we are with driving traffic to our website and how difficult we see the process of converting website visitors into customers. So what does that have to do with anything? Well, that's a great starting point for the next thing I want to talk about, and that is my overall model for online marketing. And I call it, let's turn off this bad boy, I call it drive, capture, nurture, convert. I wish it sounded more clever, but it's super clear when you think about what each piece does. So drive, that's simply drive traffic. That's the 92 cents. That's the 92 cents and the 92:1 ratio. So driving traffic is something we must do. In fact, it's the first thing we do regarding our website or our offer. And our offer doesn't necessarily have to be on our website. It could be on our Facebook page, our Twitter profile. It could be a LinkedIn post, what have you. So, but drive is super important. So after we drive, what do we need to do? We need to capture them. We need to, what we say, capture leads, okay? So we drive traffic, we capture leads, and leads need to be captured, and they can be captured in a variety of ways. We can capture them by email, which is kind of still the king. Email is still king as the most effective and reliable way to capture leads and then message back to them. Other ways we can do it. We can also capture SMS, so text messaging. We can also capture them through a pixel. What do I mean by that? So in the world of retargeting or remarketing, we simply have to get them to our website. We can pixel them, and then we can message them either through something like a digital ad platform or something like Facebook that has the ability to do remarketing or retargeting, whatever term you want to use. And it allows us to reach out to those people over and over and over again because they went to our website and we dropped a pixel on them. third way we can do it is through something that's kind of new and exciting. It's coming out. It's pretty well established in the Windows environment and the Android environment, and it is called web notifications. You've probably seen it. You go to a web page and it says, we would like to send you web notifications, allow or block. And that's going to be super huge as soon as Apple iOS gets on board and allows Safari to do it in those browsers. They can already do it through Safari on the Macintosh platform, but not on the iOS, iPhone, iPad platforms. So that is coming soon, though. I hope it'll be out this fall, and then everybody's going to do it, and it'll be so easy for you to send out a notification. So what do I mean by notification? Notification is simply something similar to what you have for your apps. So if you're in LinkedIn, Facebook, what have you, maybe you have some special app for your favorite restaurant, or you could be a developer or something. Maybe you have an app like Slack that allows us to communicate within our teams and things like that. Well, those can send out notifications, and you get them. They interrupt you in your meal and your meetings and stuff. And text messages also have notifications, like beep beep or whatever your notification is, and a notification comes up saying someone on LinkedIn has liked your post, or Facebook, somebody's trying to connect with you, or a Slack message, or what have you. That's a notification. Well, you'll also be able to do it through the web, and and if you're really interested in it, we can do it for you right now, and we can do, in fact, all these things that we're talking about. But it's really slick to be able to send out a notification like that simply because they allowed it from your website. Very cool, very powerful. So we can capture them that way. All they have to do is say allow, and we've captured them. And there's a few other ways to do capture. And capture always is tied into the next piece, and we can see it right here on the screen, right there. Nurture. So nurture is the ability of converting a stranger into a powerful prospect and eventually into a customer. So through the nurture process, and we say drive traffic, capture leads, nurture prospects. So I won't go to the next one. We probably guess what that is, but nurture prospects allows us to begin to build trust, to educate people about our processes, educate them about our products and things like that, so that as we move them through this educational and trust building process, they become more comfortable with doing business with us, which leads us to the final step right down here, which is convert. And that's convert sales, or convert customers. And we want to take someone who's been interested in us, who has a relationship with us, who has given us trust, they trust us, and we want to convert them into customers. And so what do? We give them an offer, we create some urgency, we create a great opportunity, and they pull the trigger, they go ahead and buy. So that's the 4 main buckets or phases of digital sales. And it also works offline too, if you think about it. But it's really super clear in the digital world, and it can be automated. And that's what I do. We do marketing automation. We help people with their messaging, this nurture part right here. It takes some very strategic thinking, and it's about identifying who your audience is and how they like to be communicating. What are really their buttons? What's super important? And the next video I do, I'm going to talk about the 4 elements that you need to create customers. And it's really the alternative to branding. And we hear so much about branding out there. But what if there's a better way for your organization? Maybe branding isn't for you. Maybe you're not an Apple computer or Target Corporation or something like that. Maybe really what you are is somebody who has really great abilities, and that's why we call it the 4 abilities. And I want you to watch that video, and hopefully you'll see it really soon. Thanks. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.